Well, here we are, second day of the tour, Monday. The day we head to Canada, Estevan, Saskatchewan. Made a stop here, as you can see if I spin around. Made a stop at Steve Pfeiffer's shop here in Minot, which is pretty handy. Just got done washing the car and washed all the tires. We tack welded one item on the car that needed to be buttoned up per IMCA rules. So yeah, just getting everything washed here. Gonna put it back in the box, and I'm guessing grab some lunch and see if we can get through to Canada. Had a DWI here like 9 years ago, so obviously there's some question on whether we'll get into Canada or not. So basically gonna go to the port and see what they say. If they let us through, we'll race tonight, and if they don't, not real sure. Guessing we're gonna head to Williston if they don't let us into the port, or into Canada. So we'll see, kind of an up in the air day, and we'll go from there, I guess. Well, we made it into Canada. That was, we obviously didn't really know if it was gonna pan out. And it was actually pretty darn easy. He didn't even ask all that many of hard questions. So, made it into Estevan. We are gonna have lunch here at the Beats Eats. Apparently a barbecue joint. So, yeah, gonna grab something to eat. 1 hour time difference, so it's 3 o'clock at home, 2 o'clock here. But yeah, all is good.
Number 3 and 4 stock car heat race number 3 is green.
Underway in this one, side by side. Boy, how many cars did Zarneski pass? Last night, he's gonna have a chance to do that here, but Trent Greger, last year's champion, leading Davidson. Look at Bill Brack out of Meade, Colorado. Tanner Black's car owner just powered up into the top 2.
Sean Strand on the move there too in the X Machine. They just got that car. That Development chassis is starting to work for him right there. He gets a good run. He'll take over that second spot down the backside. As we look just behind them again, there's about 3 cars battling for position. Out of turn number 4, they're 3 wide. Who's going to get the position? Oh, getting crossed up was Keller. He holds on and will stay green.
Yeah, Keller crossed up that time, but we stay to the green flag as it is Greger down the back straightaway. Sean Strand second. Third is Bill Brack in the 19. Cole Zarneski in a battle of 21s. The 21 CZ got him that time as we go to 1.
As Zarneski passed pretty much everybody but 1 leader. That's all he did yesterday in the heat races. He put on a passing clinic. And again, setting up to do that here as he tries to close in on Brack going into turn 3. He has another 21 to chase. Davidson battling with him here as well. Zarneski goes down low, slides up high, and he'll take the spot away.
Yeah, got Brack that time at the line. Bill Brack in the 19 trying to fight back on the outside. Davidson and the other 21 to the inside to the 21. CZ able to leg it out just a bit by a couple of car lengths in that battle for the 3rd spot.
We hit halfway this time by as we got one going just a bit outside. That is Brack in the 19B. He'll bring it back in, and we'll continue on. It is still the 71 at Trent Greger, your race leader. That is Sean Strand in the X99. Cole Zarneski, Chase Davidson, Dan McIntoon, Reed Keller, and Bill Brack. That is your running orders. We knocked down another lap, 4 to go.
1 plus the halfway mark, and Trent Greger has been, boy, he's been living on the right side of the sunshine there, ain't he? Been drawing well, drew well again here tonight. Got the A main feature win, tied with Rob Van Mill for your point lead coming in. Look at Dan McIntoon. McIntoon here in the late stages has come all the way from the tail. That 92 just made a pass for the top 4.
That's right, put him up in the fourth as he gets by Davidson. They'll charge out of turns number 1 and 2 and down the backside. Look at that gap starting to widen as they go into turn 3, right in your house on the wireless cam into turn 3. Green high, green flag, 2 to go.
I really wasn't paying any attention to McIntoon about 3 laps ago. He was in the back and wasn't really getting a whole lot going. And suddenly that 92 came to life, and he is pulling away from Davidson on the back straightaway. Grant Osvig, our chief starter here tonight, white flag in the air as Greger comes across Sean Strand second. Corey, Greger with a half lap remaining as we hit the back straightaway.
Your co-point leader doing what a co-point leader should do. Rob Van Mil won heat race number 2. And now Trent Greger will win heat race number 3, putting himself into the draw later on here tonight. Sean Strand going to finish in the second spot. Then it's Cole Zarneski in the 21CZ and Dan McIntoon. Running out your top 4, your winner again, a 71, Trent Greger. Row number 5 on the outside from Hamburg, Minnesota in 92, Dan McIntoon. And on the inside from Denmark, Wisconsin, 21CZ, Cole Zarneski. All right. 24 cars, 25 laps. And finally, after 4 years, we are green in Estevan.
On the break down into turns 1 and 2. Trent Greger from the outside of row number 1. He said he didn't want to start up there, but he has motored down the back straightaway and put a handful of car links on Austin Doe. Trent Greger, one of your point leaders coming in, is going to lead lap number 1.
Austin Doe, they'll look pretty good on the exit. We'll see if he can track down your race leader here as he goes up high. And now Rob Van Mil going to duck down here in turns number 1 and 2.
8 laps in. Corey, we're back underway.
Trent Greger got a little good restart there. He's going to take a duck to the inside. He slides up in front of Austin Doe, and oh, he goes around. Trent Greger goes around, and we got a little bit of a stack up. And I believe that's going to cause a yellow flag here because, yeah, we got a bunch of cars all wadded up after that one. Jeremy Swanson involved.
It's a tire on the back straightaway.
Chris Hortness also involved in that one. A lot of damage in the nose of that machine. Yeah, that's Swanson's tire.
It sits 4th or 5th in points. We're back underway.
Rob Van Mil got a great restart there that time by Trent Greger. Switched up his lanes here on the Delaware double file. He goes to the outside, and Silmer going to move up into second. He's got a battle on his hands right now at that 18 machine, Ekblad. Ekblad now up into the top 4 as they come out of turn number 4.
Yeah, Dan McIntoon working there. Where did Shelby Williams come from? The 82 car on the hunt right now. Shelby Williams out of Bonham, Texas, climbing the ladder that time. He just passed 3 cars out of turn number 2. Williams going to set his sights on Sean Strand as we head to the north side.
I didn't know that we had that much room to put 4 cars in here at the Estevan Speedway, right down there on the bottom like that. That was absolutely awesome as they go nose to tail now going into turns number 1 and 2. Still a few cars fanning out around the speedway. They head on back down. We're at the 15 lap mark, coming down to 14 this time by.
Shelby Williams started on the inside of row number 9. The last time across the line, he was scored 6th. And Williams trying to run down Sean Strand and Daniel Ekblad in front of him. Williams keeps her upstairs. We'll see what happens. It is still Rob Van Mil, your leader, as we head to turns 3 and 4.
Van Mil had over a second advantage over Jordan Zilmer, who now has a battle on his hands as the 71 of Trent Greger is now starting to rally back, trying to take that second spot, trying to minimize the point damage going on here tonight between himself and Rob Van Mil. If he can finish in that second spot, that'll keep him in real good position as they go down the backside. He's going to try to go out on the top of turns number 3 and 4 to get around that 34 is Zilmer. Does he have him this time? He's got to run. He takes the spot.
Boy, Trent Greger digging deep that time on a turn number 4. Knows he got a reprieve there on that yellow flag, and he is trying to make it pay, trying to make it yet another night that he is either first or second and maintain pace with Van Mil. Here we go with 11 laps remaining.
Well, right now there's a lot of work to do to try to catch your race leader. 2.352 seconds at the line that time. Look at this battle they got going on. Shelby Williams and Adam Goff side by side right behind Sean Strand in the X machine. Down the backside they go. They're right on that very edge of the back straightaway. Williams going to go high in turns number 3 and 4. Out of 4, he's going to close right on the back bumper of Strand.
Yeah, Williams is faster off the top of turn number 4, but there is no room to get alongside, and Williams trying the inside line, can't make it happen. Strand puts a couple of car lengths on the back straightaway, and Strand rolling in on Daniel Ekblad as we head the other way.
We hit 9 laps to go. It's Rob Van Mill, Trent Greger, Jordan Zilmer, Daniel Ekblad, Sean Strand, and Shelby Williams battling for position here as they go into turns number 1 and 2. Again, 9 laps to go. Williams takes a peek to the inside of Strand on the backside. Into turn 3 they go. Does Williams have enough to make the move here in turns 3 and 4?
Shelby Williams, boy, it has been a tough Dakota Classic tour so far, and trying to get a good finish on the outside looking into the top 5. Strand has it and does not want it to get away. Strand so much better out of turn number 2. Williams, though, quicker in turn number 4. We'll continue to watch that. It's still Van Mill and Greger, the top 2.
Van Mill has a 2.5 second lead over Trent Greger in 71. Traffic not going to be a factor for many laps here yet. We might actually run the laps out before we run into traffic here, as Van Mill going to come by the stripe right now in that 40 machine. We'll see what the gap is here as Greger comes by now. He's got a 2.8 second lead now. Jordan Zilmer in 3rd, Ekblad 4th, and Strand 5th.
Laps clicking away. It'll soon be 5 fingers in the air here on the front straightaway from our chief starter, Grant Osvig. And as he comes by this time, Rob Van Mill, your leader, over Greger and Zilmer, the top 3.
Now this track's the driver's starting to put a little bit more of a gap on each other here as they head on down the backside. Down into turn number 3. Rob Van Mill, your race leader, still quite a ways from traffic. And quite a ways back behind him is that 71 of Trent Greger. He'll knock down another lap. 4 to go this time by. Again, it's Rob Van Mill, Trent Greger, Jordan Zilmer, Daniel Ekblad, Sean Strand, your top 5. As they go into turns number 1 and 2 there, we're seeing Ekblad, Strand, and Shelby Williams battling for position. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th down the backside. We're coming on down this time by 3 to go for car number 40, Rob Van Mill. As Zarneski going to go to the inside.
Sorry about that. Van Mill, your leader. Greger in the 2nd spot. We have settled down single file amongst the top 6, 7 or so. And Adam Goff taking a peek. We're getting right down to it. Green flag high in the air. 2 to go.
We got 2 to go now for Rob Van Mill. Again, almost a straightaway advantage over that 71 of Trent Greger. There you see Trent Greger in your video scope. Again, it's going to be a close point battle going into night number 4 here at the Dakota Classic Modified Tour here for your stock car division. White flag in the air. 1 more to go for the cheater, Rob Van Mill. Again, last year he had a lot of troubles. I think they popped 2 motors. They had to go back home and get one just to go and run the 3rd night of the year last year. And right now he is red hot and going to come out of turns number 3 and 4. Your winner here in Estevan of the stock car is going to be the cheetah, Rob Van Mill. Second going to Trent Greger in 71. Then it's the 34Z of Jordan Zilmer, 18X Daniel Ekblad, and 99X of...
Well, just realizing I did not give any updates here tonight. Actually was kind of busy in the pits. Did a whole bunch of tire work and got the car ready to go. And simply kind of just forgot. So started the heat dead last. We were in the 3rd heat dead last. Got up to 4th, which was enough passing points to lock us in the top 8 in points. Started 10th in the feature, right behind Ekblad. Ekblad started 8th. We started 10th. Ran the feature. Not a real exciting race overall for us. Did have it up to 5th. But then there was a melee up front with the 2nd place car, or the leader. I don't know what one it was. And everybody kind of checked up, and we ended up making contact with another guy that was late to get off the gas. Didn't really mess up the car a ton, but I think he knocked a toe out or did something to the front end because it didn't steer the same after that. But regardless, didn't kill the car, but just wasn't the same. Kind of lost all of our forward drive and held on to finish 10th out of the deal. So finished 10th, started 10th, either which way. Not a horrible night. Been fortunate enough to make it in on passing points and not have to run a B feature, so that's always positive. But yeah, for our first trip here in Estevan, Canada, pretty neat, kind of fun. Check a track off the bucket list and race in another country. So yeah, kind of cool. But we'll move on tomorrow back down to the States and head into Williston and give it another whirl.